Welcome to another amazing episode of Dr. Adam Del Tordo and Jim Chester on Cairo Hustle live stream. And this is a sponsorship edition, and this is all things about chiropractic and why chiropractic rocks. And this is a big event coming up here in California in June. And I'll let Dr. Adam fill in the blanks there. But what are the dates that people are going to come out to your event in California?
It's June 11th through 13th at the Burbank Airport Marriott. The exciting thing is that California just lightened its grip on the restrictions a little bit. I think yesterday, what is today? Thursday, Tuesday. They're allowing 25% capacity indoors, which means bars and restaurants. And this is only March. So, I mean, even worst case scenario, let's say it's at 50% by June. This venue holds, I think, 680 people. So that brings us about to 375, which, I mean, I'm hoping for 400 or 500, but 375, we're already there. So it's going to happen, man. We're going to be the first probably allowed social gathering of the year. So people are jonesing to get out. They've been cooped up this whole time. This whole virtual learning thing, I mean, it's great, but people need that social interaction, and that's what we're going to provide with an all-star lineup. I mean, I look at our speakers and people, they ask me all the time, Jim, they go, how did you get this lineup? And I'm just like, brother, I mean, I'm just blessed. I've been in this profession for 37 years. I've attended every seminar, every convention, every association dinner. And I think Sean Dill is the one that put it to me. He's like, man, this guy always shows up. He's always there unselfishly, because I never intended on having a Chiropractic Rocks event ever. And just all that time of just having that deep-seated passion for chiropractic and contributing back to the profession from a genuine love for the profession, it's paid off, man. People took notice and they're willing to support me.
I love that you're saying this stuff. Number one, people that show up to stuff and contribute, they get a lot more opportunities in this world. Mm-hmm. And I think when people support other people, this is what we were discussing off camera, is the reason that it all works is because we can focus on what's good in this world. And what's good in this world now is we have a state of California that's opening up more. We have people that are more interested in getting back into a chiropractic event. And I think that that's something so important, man, because the extra something within chiropractic is the give, love, serve. And that's not only in the offices, but that's in the community. And when we support each other, that does a ripple effect. And there's nothing like going to a chiropractic conference and getting the chiropractic hug. And, that's something, the extra something within these events that, especially Chiropractic Rocks, is there's a wholesome effect of when you get around people and you're vibrating at the same frequency, and you can actually have that in-person human connection. So I'm really excited to hear that California is, as you said, loosening its grip a little bit.
Well, it's about time. I mean, we've been probably the most locked down state of all. And, it doesn't matter what side of the COVID narrative you're on. It's basically the states that are open, like Florida and Texas and Mississippi and all these states, their COVID numbers are no greater than Californians, if you go by their numbers, but that's a whole nother subject there. But, it's I think the people themselves are just dictating the what's the word? Dictating, the issue, or dictating the restrictions by just having enough. I mean, you get to the point where you just had enough government control and you're ready to break out. You're ready to just, and especially the event being in June, it's going to be the beginning of summer. That marks like a whole landmark time where people are just jonesing to just start to get back to normalcy. So it's all working in our favor. I mean, the timing is perfect. The venue is perfect. I'm really excited about this event. I mean, I think it's really going to kick off and get people back in the saddle.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts of the event. I know you're doing a great deal to get the continuous education, the continuing education credits for people. Let's talk about how that's a platform that people are going to be able to also benefit from, and the price point that they're going to be able to get those for.
Well, what we did this year is it's because of the pandemic and some people are struggling. So this is our year to give back. We got Angel Tribuno as our CE coordinator, and she's amazing. I don't know if you know Angel. I mean, she's a pit bull, and she's New York Italian. So there's no filter there. But I'll tell you what, that lady is salt of the earth. And she's working day and night to get all of our CEs. Right now, we've submitted for 17 and a half hours of CE credits, including all of the mandatory CEs for the state of California. Matter of fact, my next meeting after I get off this podcast with you is with her. And today's the day that we are going to submit the final speaking schedule. And, and we're doing it all for $99. This is not a money-making event. This is the year to give back, get everybody excited about chiropractic again, all congregate under one roof, and just basically fall in love with chiropractic again. So the price is right. It's all included. We have Haley Jules actually this year is joining us. We've combined forces with her, and she's going to do a 8-hour CA staff training module designed to educate your staff about front office, back office procedures, and just ignite a fire in their souls and get them fired up about chiropractic again. And she's amazing. So she's donating that time to the venue. If you're going to attend Chiropractic Rocks at any time, this would be the year. You can bring your whole staff. I mean, we even set up a whole group staff price for $199. You can bring your entire staff up to 5 people for the extra $99 for the doctor's price. So that's under $300, your entire staff, including the doctor, for less than $300, includes all your CEs, includes Haley Jules' 8-hour CA staff training module. I mean, we have amazing entertainment, so there's no extra charge to get into the pool party or the Saturday night dance party. And then on Sunday night, I'm kind of holding my breath on this one, but I've already put it out there. So I'm inviting everybody up to my house. I call it my villa, my little mountain villa. It's the view from up here is insane, but I could probably hold about 250 people at this place. So after the whole weekend is over, Sunday afternoon, we're going to come up, have a barbecue and a pool party at my house. I'll bet you more business is done at that little afternoon barbecue than is going to be done all weekend. So we're inviting all the vendors, all the speakers, all the attendees. It's going to rock.
You got me so excited. Number one, I feel like what you're doing is bringing together a chiropractic family. And
that's the intention, brother.
And I know that we've been disbanded now for over a year since we've been able to actually have an event out in California specifically, and you're going to pull it off, man. And the news that I'll reiterate, the news that you just shared with us earlier is that the California restaurants and bars are up to 25% capacity. That's a major win for this event. And you are scheduling this a long time out, just knowing that you're hoping that things like this would start to open up a little bit better for, people getting together out there, because that's really what people are really excited about, is not only about chiropractic, but getting back together again. And this is a huge opportunity for people to do that.
Yeah, it was a roll of the dice, man, because I kept looking at the venue and looking at the time frame. And I was thinking we'd be open by now already. I mean, I was even talking to the Marriott saying, hey, how can we get it a little earlier, like maybe April, May? And they're like, oh, no, we're all booked out. We're booked out. I'm like, damn, all right, well, we'll stick with June. And it was a blessing. I'm telling you, it is going to be perfect timing. So it's happening, man. And like I said, even if they just allow 50% by June, we're still going to have 400 people capacity there. So now's the time to register. The price is right. Go ahead.
Here's the good question here. Jeannie Jones Pence says, are chiropractic advocates welcome as well?
Oh, we're inviting everyone, please. Yes. Jeannie, please come. We would love to have you. You're going to leave there walking 5 feet off the ground. I'm telling you, it's going to light you up. This convention is there to just reignite a passion for chiropractic. And yes, we would love to have you. Thank you for the question.
By the way, anybody watching this right now, if you're finding some value from what Dr. Adam and I are talking about with Chiropractic Rocks, please hit the share button. The more people that see what we're doing here and know about what's possible with this event, we really appreciate that. I think that, once we realize that Chiropractic Rocks is going to be the epicenter of chiropractic moving forward, that anybody that didn't make it this year is going to have massive amounts of FOMO. And I do think, honestly, man, like when you establish something that you're doing like this, it's going to be a legacy project. Like people are going to look forward to coming to Chiropractic Rocks on an annual basis, and they're going to look back on 2021 and they're going to be like, wow, why didn't I bring my team for that price when I could have done it at that point, getting my CEs and having all those opportunities to rub shoulders with the chiropractic stars of today and the past. So let's talk a little bit about that. I know you have done a really good job of curating an amazing speaker lineup. Let's share a little bit about some of your excitement around that.
Oh, like I said, I've been blessed that I've had some of these speakers come on board with us, which is just an honor to work with. So, I mean, my all-time favorite speaker, even when I was just a young chiropractor, you know how I used to drive to work and listen to tapes of, David Singer and Chuck Gibson and Marks. And you know who I used to listen to? Jerry Clum. I used to listen to him everywhere I went. The first time I heard him speak was in Australia. I was a young chiropractor. I flew out there. They were having this international chiropractic research symposium, and I always wanted to go to Australia. So I flew there, and Jerry Clum was speaking there. First time I heard him speak, I was just in awe. And it's been this admiration and just this love for him ever since. And I followed him wherever he went. When he became the president of Life West, I graduated from New York Chiropractic College, and I still donate back to NYCC. But I became the biggest advocate for Life West. I donate to them every year. I'm part of their president's circle. I was at their grand opening at their new campus in Hayward. Just anything Jerry Clum was part of, I wanted to be associated with. So he's going to be our keynote speaker on Friday night. We also have just a legend in Kirby Landis. And I didn't know this, but his son-in-law is CJ Mertz. He's also going to be speaking for us. We got Ted Corin. We got Deed Harrison, Cliff Tao. I mean, you know who's a really amazing speaker is Baron Hogue. I don't know. He's part of One Chiropractic. He's like the kind of the coordinator of that. But man, that guy delivers a message like no one else. And we've got, Brian Stensler. He used to be the past president of the CCA. First time I heard that guy talk was in San Diego at a CCA convention. And I was like, wow, I mean, how do these guys get to be so articulate? I just aspire to be like them. Takes a lot of practice, I guess, but some of it's just innate. You just have to be born with that. So we've got him. Like I said, we got Haley Jules. We've got Shannon Kroner. She's going to go up there and talk to us about the latest in, with the COVID and the COVID vaccine. She's a very strong advocate for, vaccination information. I don't have the schedule in front of me. We've got Dan Pompa speaking. He's going to talk about his cellular detox. We got Peter Morgan, who's going to be talking about his mission trips. George Curry. He's another one. George Curry. I mean, that guy's given so much of his time and energy and love to chiropractic. And he's just, his presence on stage is unsurpassed. It's beyond anything I've ever heard. Then we have my really good friend, Mark Squibb, is going to be up there talking about Live O2 and his oxygenation system. That guy's just amazing too. Man, I'm going to be leaving people out and they're going to be upset. But I don't have the schedule in front of me, so I'm going off the top of my head. Who else? Oh, you know who we have? We just signed is Shiloh Harris. So Shiloh Harris is a Afghanistan war veteran. He sustained an unfortunate accident where he got burned over like 90% of his body. But so he's going to be there talking about motivation and targeting specifically chiropractic motivation. But just what a story that guy is! What an inspiration to have that type of an injury and just persevere and fight through it and become who he is today. He influences a lot of people, so we're very honored to have him on stage. My uncle Gus Domenico, that guy's a rock star. He's just, man, my uncle Gus, he sees about 150 patients a day. And I called him out on that one time. I was like, dude, 150 a day, give me a break. I mean, how do you really perform true chiropractic, with seeing those numbers? He looked me square in the eye. He goes, brother, let me tell you something. I may only be with them for like 90 seconds or 120 seconds, but I am 100% present during that time. I'm not thinking about my dog being sick at home or the fight I had with my wife. I am there 100% with them, and that 90 seconds feels like 10 minutes for those people. And he's right, because that guy, just him being part of your day makes you feel better, because he is a true chiropractor. So he's going to be on stage for us. We got Angel Tribuno is also going to be speaking. She's going to be doing the ethics part of it. Man, I'm going to leave people out and they're going to be upset with me. I'm just trying to go by memory. Go ahead. Oh, and Jim Chester. Hey, Jim Chester is going to be on stage for us.
Well, I just want to circle back and say something that's so important is you're featuring a research genius and Deed Harrison. And and you're also featuring Cliff Tao, who's a DAC bar. And I just want to touch on both those guys being able to be at the same conference together, because when it comes down to X-ray, that's something we have to really support for the future of the practitioners of chiropractic, because, every other week I see something happening where there's a concern with somebody saying that chiropractors shouldn't X-ray. So I think, now more than ever, it's very important to feature people that are doing research based on X-ray and people that are supporting why we have to have that as a technical resource in the chiropractic profession.
Well, that just blows my mind that you just said that, Jim, because you realize that Rankin, the German scientist who discovered X-ray, first brought it to the U.S. and gave it to B.J. Palmer first, before any MD, any other profession. BJ is the one who he handed that off to in the United States. So we owned it first, and now they're trying to take that away from us. I mean, what a paradox that is. I mean, the MDs, anything they can do. Actually, I don't want to bash MDs. You know what? Let's get back on the positive end of things. I'm not here to be anti anything. I just want to be pro chiropractic. That's it. This is what Chiropractic Rocks is all about. We're not going to start bashing other professions or anything. It's just, let's just promote chiropractic and try to instill the love for chiropractic that is being lost. I mean, all these, some of these chiropractic colleges are more trying to emulate like pseudo MDs, which that's fine. I mean, if that's what you want to be, but let's not forget what made chiropractic survive and thrive during the times when the times were the toughest, when we were under the most scrutiny and we were under attack back in the day. And thank God for the pioneers. Thank God for BJ. I'm sorry, BJ Palmer was kind of an asshole. Sorry, I'm sorry to say that, but thank God he was. He was so arrogant and so convinced of what chiropractic had to offer that when he got offered to be absorbed into medicine, I mean, Andrew still jumped on the opportunity. That's why osteopaths are now MDs. He was like, sure, man, yeah, we'll be MDs. But BJ, he was like, his response when he got invited into medicine and be absorbed by the medical profession was, why would we want to repeat your failures? Like, wow, what intestinal fortitude that guy had, because to be able to pass up an opportunity to be recognized by the almighty God himself, and just to stand his ground and keep us separate and distinct and unique from any other health profession, which is based on our philosophy. Someone said to me the other day, this is an interesting little side note, is like, oh man, physical therapists are now getting more into being able to manipulate and adjust, and they're going to be taking over part of our professional, scope of practice. I was like, no, man. There's a huge difference between manipulation and adjusting, and having a purpose and a philosophy and an intention behind what you do, and the specificity of what we do, with a direct intention of removing or reducing the subluxation and removing the nerve interference to restore normal function to that vertebral segment. That is something that the physical therapist will never get. So let them do what they're going to do. I mean, they're not in competition with us. So forget about it. That's out the window, man. We are what we are, and we are unique and separate and distinct, and that's what makes us great as chiropractors.
Coming in as somebody of myself that supports the chiropractic profession, I just want to see chiropractors thrive and succeed with the mission and the vision of standing up for, like you said earlier, ethics, and standing up for their philosophy, supporting what they do through science, and knowing that there is a triune of health. And when it comes to the philosophy of chiropractic, that's something that a lot of people they need more of, because they're so focused on business and technique, that we need to make sure that people are getting the philosophy as well. So I love that chiropractic events come together, because what you guys do is you bring in experts, like I just noted, people that are in x-ray, they're very scientific based, and then you bring in people that are well-known legends that are going to be bringing the heat when it comes to philosophy and the technique, the art of chiropractic. Like, there's nothing greater than bringing a group of people together that are all very skilled in what they do, collaborating and creating this think tank atmosphere that's going to have people, like you said there's going to be more business done at that barbecue than there will be almost anywhere else in the whole conference. So knowing that there's going to be opportunities for people to co-mingle and discuss higher level things like business that are going to help perpetuate the future chiropractic. And when people are all tuned to that same movement, I just see what you're doing is so essential. And the Chiropractic Rocks movement is going to help so many more people when it comes to not only understanding the science, philosophy, and art, but they're going to understand why chiropractic is unique, distinct, and separate from all other fields of healing. And I just chiropractic is the largest healing art in the world. So when people think about like drugs and surgery, cut it out, drug it out, burn it out. Yeah. I mean, when that's essential, yeah, do that. And I've always heard the saying, like, if you get wrecked up, yeah, don't come to the chiropractor to adjust the way your hemorrhage.
Exactly.
Go to somebody that's specifically, trained to do that stuff, but don't go to the other people that are trained to do drugs and surgery to say, hey, can you give me a chiropractic adjustment? Because it's just
Right.
not the same.
That is so right on. That is so spot on, Jim. I tell people, if I wrap my car around a telephone pole, please drive right past the chiropractor's office and take me to the emergency room, because that's what it is. It's crash care. It's emergency care. It's urgent care. There's a place for it. My brother's an MD. God bless him. I mean, that guy, he's a rock star MD. And for life-saving events, and when people are in critical care conditions, man, medicine is so necessary. But you can't consider it healthcare. It's sickness care. It's crash care, as they call it in Australia. Crash care. It's emergency urgent care. But if you want wellness, if you want to sustain wellness, it all revolves around the nervous system. I mean, that's not even philosophy, that's science, man. I mean, it's like there's no arguing that. So yeah, I mean, our philosophies are sound. And you said a couple things earlier that I want to circle back to, about Chiropractic Rock being a legacy. This is something that I'm doing as a perpetual thing that's gonna. It's going to exist long after I leave this earth, Jim. I mean, this is the legacy I want to leave, and it's an unselfish motive that I have. I just need chiropractic to maintain the philosophies and principles that we were based on, and that's the purpose of what Chiropractic Rocks. The theme of Chiropractic Rocks is just We want to help shape the future of chiropractic and create the future legends of chiropractic. That's what it's all about. I mean, the legends that I had the privilege of meeting are all gone. I mean, the Jim Parkers, the Reggie Golds, the Sid Williams, the Fred Barges, the Jim Zigafusses. Those guys, I would sit front row center for those guys and just absorb everything they said. But that message needs to be conveyed through me or through people of my generation to the next generation, and I'm afraid it's being lost. So that's my intention with this. I just reached out to Charlie Ward. He was in that group of legends that I just mentioned. He's had a few health issues, slowed down a little bit, but we're trying to motivate him to get him back on track and see if we could maybe have him on stage for us for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not promising that. It's in the works. So if we can get Charlie there, man, we're just gonna have an amazing lineup. And you know what? There's a couple other people I wanted to mention too. Howard Cohen. Oh my God. I remember when I first moved to LA, I thought, I moved from Lompoc, had a very successful practice up there, moved down to LA, started to work with Bruce Oppenheim. He was married to Sybil Shepherd. So we came down here. We were treating every movie star. We were the chiropractors to the stars back then, and I'm thinking all that, right? And then I met this girl and she's like, "Oh, you got to meet my chiropractor." I'm like, yeah. She goes, no, come down. And he's given like his Monday night talk or whatever, the back talk. I'm like, all right, I'll go check him out. Oh, holy mother of God, bro. All I got to say is I went there and it was Howard Cohen down in Huntington Beach or wherever he is down there. What an amazing individual he is. I mean, I was so blown away by him and just his genuine nature, first of all, and just what a high level performer of a chiropractor that he is. And it all stems not only from his knowledge, but his passion for chiropractic. And it changed me. I'm not kidding. That night that I was there with him completely changed me as a chiropractor. Just being in the presence of someone of that level of accomplishment. And this was 25 years ago. So I'm so honored to have him on stage for us. And then his good friend, George Gonzalez, with his quantum neurology, he just got on board with us. So we're going to have him there. I mean, man, what an all-star lineup we have. It's and I'm telling you, for $99, including all your CEs, it's almost too good to be true. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to go on welfare after this because I'm donating. This is my year to donate back. And here's the thing too: is if you attend this year for $99, we're gonna honor that price for you next year. So this is your year, because next year there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford to put on an event of this caliber and charge people $99. It's gonna go up to the normal, regular, whatever, $375 that everybody else charges to attend an event of this caliber. So this is the year, man. This is the year to get on board and join the movement, because that's what we're doing. We're creating a new chiropractic movement called Chiropractic Rocks, baby.
Well, when I first met you, Dr. Adam, I saw stars in your eyes and I didn't know where they came from. But now I get the whole story. Is you've been helping people and being around the stars of chiropractic your whole career. And when I first met you, I was at a Cal Jam event, and I was so blown away with the line of people you had coming over to do your cranial facial release technique. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. And I knew that you were on to a whole nother level of care when I saw that line of people. And I saw that you were working from like, I don't know, whenever you showed up, like 9 a.m. to like, as soon as you were like the last man standing, always, every event. Like, you would stay there until all the other booths were closed down, and you'd still have a line waiting there to get care from you. So I was always really impressed with your servitude and what you did to, help more people. And now you're putting this event together for people to learn how to help more people and to perpetuate the future of chiropractic by supporting those that came before you and by supporting those that are following you. So I think it's really cool to see how you're actually fitting into what your vision was when I first met you. and you're actually doing it. And that's the difference between a lot of people. I had somebody once come up to me, after we made our first movie and said, "Hey, you know what the thing is, man, is a lot of people talk about stuff, but you actually did something." And I think that I want to say that to you as well, as a lot of people talk about stuff, but you're actually doing something. And I think that that's the most impressive. And I hear this a lot too, is, when people are like at that like final stages of life, they never say, "I wish I would have spent more time at work," or I wish I had another extra $100,000 in the bank account. They really, what they wish they would have done is spent more time with people that they loved and done projects that were more meaningful to them. And I really believe that when you're doing this chiropractic rock seminar, that's what you're doing, is you're channeling that effort to say, you know what, I'm not going to have that regret. I'm going to just know that I did what I wanted to do and how I thought I could contribute. And this is the outcome of it. And, say la vie, I've had a great life. And I think that one of those things will be your stamp of legacy with this program of Chiropractic Rocks. And I do think, back to my first chiropractic event I ever went to, it changed my trajectory of my life. So I really believe that people that haven't gone to a major chiropractic event, like an advocate or a team member, like they go, I was a team member the first chiropractic event I ever went to, and it changed the trajectory of my life because I saw some legends on stage. I saw Joe Borio speak, and I was like, holy moly, who is this guy? And I saw Tim Young speak, and I was like, that man right there changed my life. I took 9 pages of notes. So when people think about like these names that you're talking about bringing up to be able to present at your program, it is going to change the trajectory of people's lives. And that's what they don't get, is like, you can go anywhere you want to, but when they come there, they're going to walk away with a feeling. They're going to walk away with an emotional response. They're going to walk away with connections that they couldn't in a million years build on their own. So you are 100% right when you say that you're bringing people together that you have a lot of respect for. Well, the people that haven't met these people yet, you're going to help change their lives by honoring them with the opportunity to seeing these others that came before me and see what they have to say. And I'm going to be in the stands when I have opportunities. I'll be in the audience taking as many notes as I can, because there is going to be so much wisdom shared. And it is something that is a culmination of effort. You have to have the vision, you have to have the drive, you have to have the mission, but you also have to have the support. And that's what we first started talking about on this before we went live today, was I thanked you for supporting what we do. And by you supporting me for what we do, we can support initiatives. And that is the most important thing, is now you're perpetuating the future of what we're doing with our journalistic front. And by your support of all these great schools that you support, all these, president's tables that you're talking about that you support, that's going to make a better future for chiropractic. And we have to support from within. So I thank you for doing so much, of the heavy lifting, because I know it's a tireless effort to put something like this on, specifically a big chiropractic seminar, and to have a life outside of that. So I know it's a lot of work. And everybody that supports you, I just want to take my hat off to them, because everybody that shows up for you, it's a big vision. And everybody that will continually show up for you, it's a big vision. And everybody that will continuously show up for them will change the trajectory of chiropractic. So I know that's a big, big thing that we're doing together. And without the support of everybody involved, it's just, you had stars in your eyes the first day I met you, and now I know why. And to go off of that, let's tell people a little bit about the venue. And I know you said that we're probably going to be at 25% capacity, but what tell them how easy, speed of implementation to get from the airport to the event, and why you chose that.
Well, I think we'll be more than at 25% capacity. I mean, right now they're at 25. In June, even worst case scenario, if they're at 50% capacity, we can still hold like 375 people. So the venue is the Burbank Airport Marriott, right across the street from the Burbank Airport. You can literally walk across the street. There's no Uber or taxi. It's about 200 yards away. It's right in my backyard. I never realized the caliber of venue that it was. I mean, it's a Vegas style venue. I mean, they hold UFC fights there. They hold professional boxing matches there. It's huge. I mean, it's a ginormous place, and they just renovated it. So the whole pool area has a outside bar that is just, I mean, it's breathtaking. Everything about it is 5 star. We've negotiated crazy reasonable prices for the rooms. I think they're like, I don't want to misquote, but I think they're around $130 a night, which is unheard of. We're having sponsored, the parties are sponsored, so they're gonna have like free drinks for part of the night, and then it's just like I said, it's the layout of the place is such that it just flows. I mean, the flow of it is so unrestricted that it's everyone's going to be able to interact and socially gather without feeling cramped or congested, even if we're at full capacity, which I am planning on, by the way. So full capacity would probably be about 650 people, which, if I get 650 people at this event, I'll be ecstatic. But this is a legacy, man. This is going to perpetuate for years to come. So everybody needs to be there. It's going to light you up. It's going to just reignite the passion for chiropractic that is so lacking in our profession right now. It's a necessary thing, and that's, I'm here to instill that in my brother chiropractors and sister chiropractors.
Dr. Adam, I know that we're coming up on the edge of our time together today, but let's tell people about the bonus material that we didn't share, which is your trips to Montana.
Oh man, yeah, I am on my way to Montana first thing in the morning. We've got my little mountain cabin uh, right on the Missouri River in Cascade, Montana. So we're going to start doing mastermind retreats there. We've got them all scheduled already. If you go to the website at chiropracticrocks.us, there's a link up there for mastermind retreats. So we've got 6 weekends already set aside where we can host. I mean, we could host comfortably 10 people a weekend. So it's not a huge gathering. It's a very intimate, close knit group that we're getting together. And the whole purpose of this, again, is to try to ignite a passion, reignite that passion for chiropractic, and help you just blow up your practices. I mean, I've been in practice for 37 years, buddy, and I'll tell you what, I've learned so many little things. Even if you did one of the things that I'm going to present that weekend, it'll increase your practice by 30%. Just the one thing, and we've got a whole weekend of it. But it also involves, we're right there on the river, float trips, fly fishing, hikes up into the mountain. I've got some property 15 miles down the road in the deepest, darkest woods you ever want to imagine. And we're going to do like a weekend, an afternoon philosophy hike where we go up there and we just talk about chiropractic philosophy. And I just got to get back to the basics of chiropractic. And I'm telling you, you come home from that weekend, you're going to be so lit up and so fired up about chiropractic, and you implement just any of the things that I suggest to you that weekend, your practice will blow up to such a level that you're almost going to want to turn it off. I'm serious. This isn't conjecture either. I mean, these are things that I've done over my 37 years of practice, and I'm not that smart. Trust me, I didn't come up with this stuff myself. This is stuff that I was taught from the great legends that came before me, and I learned it from them. And these are the things that, like I said, I want to pass on to the next generation of chiropractors to help them not only be successful, but also be excited about what they do. Just catch fire, because the old saying, you catch fire, people love to watch you burn. And that is the key to success right there. So yeah. And I'm hoping you're going to join us too there for one of those weekends, Jim.
Oh yeah. Yep. I already have it dialed in. I had to do a lot of back and forth with Brett Maringer, but yeah, we're going to come out in the same weekend, and I'm really excited. I've never been to Montana before. So this will be my first opportunity to see that beautiful part of this amazing country that we live in.
Well, it'll be my pleasure to host you. And I'm telling you, if you're going to be there with Brett that weekend, that right there is a rock star group, just the three of us. So anybody else that joins, jumps on board for that particular weekend, I'm not sure which weekend. I think Brett signed up for like the first weekend in August. I think it's like the August, like 5th and 6th or something like that, 7th, 8th, whatever that first weekend in August is the weekend he's coming out. So I am so looking forward to that. I just can't wait.
Well, brother Adam, I'm going to close out today. If you guys wanted to come out and see all of us as the stars align in Burbank, California, it's chiropracticrocks.us. And make sure you get your tickets sooner than later. I know how you chiropractors always wait till the last minute to get your tickets to come to the greatest and best events out there. So make sure that you get your tickets early and buy one for a friend. You know, I think that the price point's perfect to bring a friend, and bring 3 friends, bring 5 friends. But you know, for what's going to happen and the opportunities that are going to be able to be provided to you, it's going to be unprecedented. The future chiropractic will be at Chiropractic Rocks, and I'm really thankful to be a part of this family. And Dr. Adam, I want you to have a great rest of your day, and have fun in Montana.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you do for chiropractic. You are a rock star. Seriously. So thank you. And I am just, just privileged to be on this podcast with you. Thank you.
Well, I feel like we're just getting started, so let's keep it going.
All right, my brother. Same time next month, right? We got another one coming up.
Thanks, brother. See you soon.
All right. Thank you. Over and out.